The scenes that you are currently witnessing are from the movies from Nicolas Cage. Every frame depicts his life's persona. With these scenes, we take you to a quick ride of how his life has shaped. You might not understand this right now, since there's no context, but come back here after watching the entire video. I'm a 90s kid, and I've seen Nicolas Cage at the top of Hollywood, as well as towards his very bottom. Today's generation might know him more by his famous internet memes, changing his entire perception. But those of us who've been around longer have seen him at the pinnacle of fame. His life is one of the most intriguing ones, and perhaps the wildest we have covered up till now. I pretty much agree, 100% with our subscriber Donald2005, who says, Nicolas Cage seems like the most interesting one cause he has always been there in either amazing movies or really weird ones. That is so true, the guy has always been there. Nicolas Cage is not just an actor, he's a cinematic force to be reckoned with. With over 80 leading roles under his belt and a lifetime box office gross of over $1 billion, Cage stands as a titan in the world of film.
Goodbye, Nicolas Cage. I'll never forget you, man.
Born on January 7th, 1964, in Long Beach, California. As Nicholas Coppola, you entered a world where your destiny was already written in cinematic stardom. The youngest of three sons, to literature teacher August Floyd Coppola and dancer Joy Vogelsang, you carried the weight of the renowned Coppola legacy. Yes, that Coppola, the nephew of the legendary director Francis Ford Coppola. Your surname wasn't just a family tag. It was a golden ticket to a future in the mesmerizing world of cinema. A kid who's an avid fan of comic books and lived in a fantasy world. Nicolas Cage was a weird kid from birth. In fact, he spent his childhood convinced that he is an alien. Cage's dad had to take him to a doctor to convince him that he is someone from this planet and not Kal-El from Krypton. Cage's childhood wasn't easy, and he found it difficult to connect with other people. Once the boys in school began to bully him because of his famous surname. Instead of complaining, he took a route none would have imagined. He changed into a leather jacket, put on dark glasses, and appeared before the bullies under the guise of Roy Richards, threatening to beat them. The trick was a great success, and since then, no one had picked on him anymore. Nicolas Cage always admired his uncle's work. While watching TV, he was mesmerized by the performance of Bruce Lee and James Dean. However, it was actually the performance of David Bowie in The Man Who Fell to Earth that convinced him to become an actor. Hence, he joined Beverly Hills High School and also attended the School of Theater, Film, and Television at the University of California, Los Angeles. Back in the day, the term Nepo baby wasn't as hip as it is now, describing those celebrity offspring diving into the same careers as their famous parents. Despite having the legendary filmmaker Francis Ford Coppola as your uncle, Nicholas found himself doing the ultimate teenage move at the age of 15, begging his uncle for a break. Give me a screen test, I'll show you acting. There was just silence in the car. He was turned down, but that did not stop him, and he decided to drop out of high school to enroll in courses at the UCLA School of Theater. Desperate to crack the code, he got a minor role in the TV series The Best of Times.
This is my best friend, Nick.
After that, he got a cameo role in the comedy Fast Times at Ridgemont High. Since he was a beginner, getting cut off from many scenes disturbed Nicholas, and he started doubting himself. Battling with many thoughts, Nicolas Cage felt selling popcorn at the Fairfax Theater was his only way to a film career. Finally, his uncle decided to help him out by giving him a job reading lines with actors, auditioning for Coppola's Rumblefish. As a result, Nicolas Cage managed to prove himself and get a small role in that film.
You don't want to come? Fine, we don't need
to James. You know I'm gonna be there, man.
The role didn't stand to the expectations of the Coppola family. He was mocked by the industry. Faced with the choice of embracing the family legacy or forging your own path, he decided to pull a name switch. Out with the Coppola and in with the Cage. A name inspired by Marvel's Luke Cage and composer John Cage. Because let's be honest, superhero vibes and avant-garde music are the ultimate combo. Now armed with a fresh identity, he appeared in his next film, already under the surname Cage. It was Valley Girl of 1983.
Oh no, not those guys.
That time, he did not get an episodic but the central role of punk rocker Randy. for which Nicolas Cage received a fee of $5,000. Not bad enough for a beginner. The film received mostly positive reviews, and one might say, launched his career. The next works were the melodrama Racing with the Moon.
Nancy's out. It doesn't matter who, it doesn't matter what, as long as it looks like a girl.
And the drama Birdie, which received the Grand Prix of the Cannes Film Festival. The same year, his life took a romantic turn, meeting the glamorous Jenny Wright at one of the auditions. The actress was only 2 years older than him, and she was already a real star by that time. The woman noticed him immediately and made the first move. Although the romance lasted for only a year, since rumors crept in about Cage getting caught cheating just before the wedding. But that's not the end of his love life, though. There were plenty of flings coming up his way. And why not? That's what life in Hollywood is. The late 80s and early 90s, however, brought about a slump in Cage's career, marked by the box office disappointment, Vampire's Kiss, where he played as a man who falls in love with a vampire and soon begins to believe himself as a vampire.
Hey, I'm a vampire. A real vampire.
The film was a major box office flop, but has developed a cult following largely due to Cage's surrealistic and over-the-top performance, appearing in internet memes, which we will talk about in detail in a bit. During this time, some thought Nicolas Cage had the potential to be the next big-screen action hero.
Welcome, Nicolas Cage.
While he'd later earn that status with blockbusters like The Rock and Con Air and Gone in 60 Seconds, Cage had to suffer through a failed early attempt that did a number on his career and his ego. Released in 1990, Firebirds was an obvious attempt to capitalize on the popularity of high-flying action movies like Top Gun and Iron Eagle. In the film, Nicolas Cage plays a helicopter pilot on a mission to take down a drug cartel in South America, joined by an impressive supporting cast including Sean Young and Tommy Lee Jones. That promise didn't translate to box office bucks though, and he realized during production that he was completely wrong for the role of charismatic action hero.
You still care about me, don't you?
The quality of the script and direction in Firebirds could have impacted the overall perception of Cage's performance. If the dialogue was weak or the direction failed to bring out the best in the actors, it hindered Cage's ability to deliver a compelling portrayal. But then, his career took off with hits after hits. Showcasing his versatility as an actor, he did roles in films like Peggy Sue Got Married, Raising Arizona, and Moonstruck. This film not only captured the hearts of audiences, but also earned Cage a Golden Globe nomination. Roger Ebert, in his retrospective review, expressed the belief that Cage's performance was worthy of an Oscar. He received critical acclaim for his performances, and even won an Academy Award for Best Actor for his role in Leaving Las Vegas.
Nicolas Cage, Leaving Las Vegas.
Thank you.
To embody the character of Ben Sanderson, a suicidal alcoholic, Cage reportedly immersed himself in the role by extensively researching alcoholism and spending time with people who struggled with addiction. He also physically prepared for the role by drinking heavily to understand the mindset of his character. Although he did so under medical supervision, he would ask his friends to record him while he was drunk and would then watch himself the next day. As more comic book heroes made their way to the big screen, Cage had his sights set on playing one of them, with his greatest dream being to play Superman. Famously, he came quite close to playing the role when Tim Burton was hired to direct Superman Lives in the late 90s, but the project fell apart and never came to be. Tim Burton's vision for Superman Lives reportedly diverged significantly from traditional Superman stories, but it faced numerous production challenges including script rewrites, budget concerns, and delays. Hence, the project never got going. In the summer of 1997, audiences were captivated by the adrenaline-fueled action and quirky characters of the Simon West-directed, Jerry Bruckheimer-produced thriller Con Air. With its exhilarating sequences and unintentionally humorous dialogue, the film left a lasting impression.
Oh man, it smells like so much shit in your mouth.
Told me he loved me.
Remarkably, despite tough competition from blockbusters like The Fifth Element, The Lost World, Jurassic Park, Air Force One, and Men in Black, Con Air soared at the box office, grossing $224 million against a budget of $75 million. Nicolas Cage's charismatic performance undoubtedly played a significant role in the film's success, solidifying its status as one of his most financially successful ventures. He was now getting known as the action hero he wanted to be. His other projects like Face Off, The Rock, and Gone in 60 Seconds were all a commercial success. In 2002, he was again nominated for Oscar and Golden Globe Best Actor awards for his portrayal of real-life screenwriter Charlie Kaufman and Kaufman's fictional twin Donald in adaptation.
I don't think you ever really get used to it. You know, you just sort of get dropped off into it and then float through it, which is what I'm doing.
Between 2004 and 2011, Nicolas Cage diversified his portfolio by exploring various roles across multiple genres.
If I was driving a 1967 275 GTB4 Cam,
you would not be a self-indulgent wiener, sir.
While he continued to delve into action and adventure with franchise films like National Treasure,
someone's gonna steal the Declaration of Independence.
And its sequel, which became one of his highest-grossing movies, as well as Ghost Rider, bringing his much-awaited comic book character back to hell. Cage also sought out more nuanced and critically acclaimed projects. His portrayal of a corrupt police officer in Bad Lieutenant, Port of Call, New Orleans, directed by Werner Herzog, garnered particular praise, showcasing his ability to delve deep into complex characters.
You wanna do this to me for some motherfucking marijuana, man? That's gonna buy my mama a house.
However, Cage also experienced mixed success during this period, with films like Lord of War and The Weatherman failing to make a significant impact at the box office.
Don't forget the tartar sauce.
Call the order in, Noreen, and quit busting my you-know-what, okay?
Despite receiving positive reviews for his performances, facing commercial disappointments, Nicolas Cage remained committed to diverse roles and continued to showcase his range as an actor. From portraying a contract killer in Bangkok Dangerous, 2008, to a science fiction thriller protagonist in Knowing, Cage demonstrated his willingness to embrace unconventional narratives and characters.
Don't take an interest in people outside of work. There is no such thing as trust.
He also ventured into historical fiction with Season of the Witch, playing a 14th century knight tasked with transporting a woman accused of causing the Black Plague. Throughout these years, Cage's career trajectory reflected a balance between mainstream appeal and artistic exploration, cementing his status as a versatile and adaptable actor in the industry. But during this period of time, Nicolas Cage had to go through very tough financial problems. Nicolas Cage's financial woes, which came to a head in the late 2000s, were a result of his extravagant lifestyle coupled with substantial tax debts. His lavish spending on impractical luxury items has become the stuff of legend. While a dedicated series of videos could easily be dedicated to cataloging Cage's extravagant purchases, here are just a few noteworthy highlights. Firstly, in 2007, Cage made headlines by purchasing the infamous LaLaurie Mansion in New Orleans, a property steeped in dark history and rumored to be haunted. This acquisition only added to the mystique surrounding Cage's enigmatic persona. Additionally, in 2007, Cage outbid fellow actor Leonardo DiCaprio for a rare dinosaur skull at an auction. The skull, which cost $276,000, turned out to be stolen, and Cage eventually had to return the artifact to the Mongolian government. Further demonstrating his lavish taste, Cage once owned 2 king cobras as pets. However, complaints from neighbors about the dangerous reptiles prompted Cage to have them rehomed in a zoo. Perhaps the most extravagant of Cage's purchases were his acquisitions of not one, but 2 ancient European castles. Cage famously referred to his real estate ventures as his Holy Grail quest, highlighting his problematic spending habits. Unfortunately, Cage's financial troubles were compounded by a $6.2 million tax penalty and a legal dispute with his former business manager over allegations of reckless spending. These setbacks came at a particularly precarious time for Cage, as his status as a top-tier actor was already waning due to a string of box office disappointments. With dwindling offers from Hollywood studios, Cage found himself starring in over 25 direct-to-video D2V movies in an effort to alleviate his financial burdens. These D2V productions characterized by their low budget, low demand, and often low quality nature, represented a stark departure from Cage's earlier blockbuster roles. While listing some of Cage's notable D2V credits may seem tempting, the quality of these films is often best left unexplored by discerning audiences. Nonetheless, Cage's journey from Hollywood royalty to financial turmoil and back again serves as a cautionary tale about the perils of unchecked extravagance and the unpredictable nature of fame and fortune. While he was battling his financial battle, his mental struggle was put to the test. Is it surprising that an actor known for his over-the-top performances and strange behavior has become a big deal on the internet? Nicolas Cage, the actor we're talking about, has been turned into all sorts of funny internet jokes. One famous meme from 2011 shows him making a funny face with the words, "You don't say?" added to it.
You don't say!
People used it to show they thought something was obvious. This meme made Cage even more popular online. He's been the star of many more memes since then, all poking fun at his wild acting and quirky personality. If you look at Google, you'll see that in 2012, lots of people were searching for Nicolas Cage memes. This shows how big he became on the internet. And in 2022, there was a movie called The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent, where Cage played himself in a funny spy story. Even though the movie didn't make much money, it got people talking about Cage again. Cage's Reddit, Ask Me Anything, AMA post promoting the movie got more upvotes than anyone else's that year. It even beat famous people like Bill Gates and Jon Stewart. Plus, the movie made more people interested in watching Cage's older movies. People started searching for them more often online. This shows that even though the movie didn't do great, it still got people interested in Cage again. So, did internet jokes and memes save Nicolas Cage's career? Maybe not completely, but they definitely helped keep him in the spotlight. Cage's weird personality and funny performances made him a hit on the internet. And because of that, he's still a big deal in Hollywood, even after all these years. However, this meme-fication came in with an emotional toll on him. Nicolas Cage has often spoken about how long it took for him to adjust with this reality. Social media is brutal, and initially Cage took it to heart. He was frustrated and didn't enjoy people making fun of his on-screen outbursts. But with time, he made peace with it. Like most things in life, it takes time to heal, and so happened with this megastar. His love life has been a roller coaster ride itself. After ending things with his first wife discussed previously in the video, Cage has had an unconventional love life. The guy seems to be hopelessly romantic, falling for so many women. One notable event occurred during Cage's engagement to actress and singer Christina Fulton in 1990. Allegedly, Cage called off their wedding after his ex-girlfriend, model Kristen Zhang, professed her love for him. This unexpected confession seemingly prompted Cage to reassess his feelings and commitments. Cage's relationship with Christina Fulton resulted in the birth of their son, Weston Cage. After calling off the wedding, he got engaged with his ex-girlfriend Kristen, but that too lasted for a year. 2002, Cage's encounter with Lisa Marie Presley, the daughter of the legendary Elvis Presley, reads like something out of a fairy tale. Their initial attraction was intense, with Cage describing being thunderstruck by her beauty. However, their relationship soon fell into a pattern of on-again, off-again dynamics, ultimately leading to a short-lived marriage followed by a quick divorce. 2004, the actor's third marriage, to Alice Kim, was equally rapid. Meeting just 2 months before tying the knot, their union was fueled by a combination of love and practicality, allowing Kim to accompany Cage on his film ventures. Despite the initial skepticism from Kim's family, due to their significant age difference, Cage eventually won them over. Their marriage lasted for over a decade and resulted in the birth of their son, Kal-El, before unexpectedly coming to an end. 2019, Cage's subsequent marriage followed a similar pattern of whirlwind romance and abrupt dissolution. His brief union with makeup artist Erica Koike lasted a mere 4 days before Cage sought an annulment, citing being intoxicated at the time of their wedding as the reason. However, Cage's fifth marriage to Riko Shibata in 2021 offers a glimmer of hope for lasting happiness. Despite the actor's tumultuous romantic history, he took another leap of faith with Shibata, proposing to her via FaceTime
Is it true that you proposed to your wife over FaceTime?
Yeah.
And tying the knot in a more intimate ceremony, Cage's declaration that he believes he finally got it right this time around suggests a newfound sense of optimism and stability in his personal life. However, Cage persevered through these challenges, continuing to work on various film projects, even if not all were critically acclaimed. He expressed dedication to his craft and a desire to give his best effort in every role. In recent years, Cage's career has seen a resurgence with standout performances in films like Mandy and Pig, signaling a return to critical acclaim and renewed interest in his work. He also received praise for his role in The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent, a comedy about his own life and career struggles. Cage's financial situation improved, allowing him to focus on projects he is passionate about, such as his role Dracula in Renfield. Despite the ups and downs of his career, Cage remains committed to acting, stating, "I'm never going to retire." He embraces his status as a meme icon, acknowledging that fans enjoy incorporating his image into various internet memes. Overall, Cage's journey in the entertainment industry reflects resilience, dedication, and a passion for storytelling.